What's the deal? What's going on? I am your host, Lex Black. You're tuning into my show, Midnight Arcade. This is episode 39. Whew. It's crazy, man. Again, as I always say every episode, I am a one-man band. So the mere fact that I'm able to get to 39 episodes, it's amazing. It's a miracle that I got to 39 episodes, and I cannot wait for episode 40. I'm very excited. Today, we are going to be going over and reviewing heavy. I purposely have been intentionally staying off of social media so I don't see any spoilers. So this is my first time viewing this. As always, on site, you're getting my live uncut reaction. We're going to get into it, man. And the first thing that we see here is Sasuke Uchiha the Great. And then Ikemoto or Kishimoto, I don't know which artist is behind this. It looks like this is Ikemoto's work. Had the unmitigated gall to have the tree that packed him up in the background faded. Y'all ain't slick. Anyway, let's go through this now. Sasuke's on the cover here. Chapter 5, Target. Looks like a flashback. Boruto's huffing as he's training with his kenjutsu. Excuse me. Yep, definitely a flashback. Sasuke's looking on, then he says, good, that's enough for now. Time for a break. It's nighttime now. And then Boruto says, old man, master. Calling him old man, he's only 30-something. That ain't old, bro. Anyway, he says, Master, what do you think about my Uchiha style? I've fully mastered it now, right? Sasuke says, true. This past year, I suppose I've taught you almost all the moves and methods I know. And Boruto looks at him and says, huh? And he's like, Master, that's a rough joke. I was just messing around. There's still a lot you could teach me. Sasuke says, does this face look like it's joking? When have y'all ever known Sasuke to joke? Let's be real. He is literally, Boruto looks on and then he says, nope, not at all. Come to think of it, I've never heard you crack a joke, Master. Or Sensei, depending on the translation that you guys read. I'll say Sensei. You've got talent and you're a quick learner. What they call a genius. All the theoretical stuff is in your head already. No? Then I have nothing left to teach you. Boruto thinks about it for a second, then he says, Sensei. But then Sasuke continues and he says, but make no mistake, it's not like you're done training. Don't slack off. Keep practicing and hone your mind and moves. For what you make of my teachings will be up to you in the end. So he's basically saying, you have the, as I've been saying, the mental acuity, you have the sharpness, you have the ability to adapt, you have the skill set. But just because you're talented and you have the skill set, that doesn't mean you should stop practicing. Just because you've mastered almost everything that I've shown you thus far, doesn't mean that you can't come up with some techniques on your own and sharpen your skills on your own and take it to the next level according to your style and what you're best at and what you're good at. That's basically what Sasuke is saying. So there's more to be read as the student in Boruto. There's more to be read in between the lines than what Sasuke is saying up front, even though he's revealing a lot by not saying a lot at the same time. Y'all dig me? And then I believe Sasuke is saying you're a lot like Naruto. You have the same determination in your eyes. He once led me back onto the right path after I'd strayed. Boruto looks on. Now let's stop right here. He's looking on and you can tell just from that panel right there that he looks really, really, really serious. And you can tell just from the drawing that he looks really, really somber. Or not really somber, but like the face drop, sort of, because guys have to remember the Shinjutsu is still in effect, okay? So Sasuke, even though he's sharp and even though he took his daughter's word and said, I'll believe you, I will go and train this kid even though he thinks Boruto is Kawaki, he's still saying these things. So Boruto understands all of this stuff. So the fact that Sasuke is saying that, even though Sasuke believes, part of him believes that Boruto is actually Kawaki, that's gotta be a heart-wrencher, man. That's gotta twist you up inside, man. So that panel right there is incredibly important for us as the viewers. At least to me, that's what I'm looking at. Sasuke goes on to say, it no longer matters to me who you really are. I finally think I understand why Sarada asked me to help you. Something is going on. Something that only you and Sarada can deal with. Ding, 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 ding. Foreshadowing, Kishimoto never does anything for no reason. Even in the little tidbits of information, everything is always meticulously laid out to be, therefore, expounded upon in the future. So take note of that. At least I did, right? Something only you and Sarada can deal with. That's what my gut is telling me. And that's why I mentored you. Remember what I said a few episodes back when shit was getting real towards the end of part 1 of Boruto, when I said Sasuke is not just gonna gloss over the details, even though his mind is literally screaming at him and telling him one thing. His gut instinct is telling him another, and it turns out, along with the fact that he's decided to trust his daughter after she revealed his Mangekyo Sharingan to him, he's trusting his gut, which was the right move to make. Sasuke, he's a genius. He's the resident Batman, like I've been saying. He's going to think that something's amiss with the Shinjutsu, even though he can't put his finger on it exactly. So anyway, Boruto looks on and he stays serious. And that serious look right there, to me, registers as someone who is taking to heart what his sensei is saying, with all things considered, like I was alluding to and what I was expounding upon a few minutes ago. Now, Code, damn it, Uchiha, you, how dare you take my eye? So it was Sasuke who rocked his shit. I love it. So this is cutting to another scene that, elaborating on how Code lost his eye. Big dummy. Here we go. What are you doing, Boruto? Hurry up and run. How can you say that, Sensei? I won't abandon you. Listen closely. There is absolutely no way we can win against him at the present. Go escape for now, survive at all costs, and build on all the skills I hammered into you. Then there won't be anyone who will be able to stop you. Boruto looks on. Now, Sasuke says this as he initiates Chidori current through his sword. Watch over Sarada for me, Boruto. Damn. Can we just really not only appreciate the gravity, but really understand the gravity of the situation and the utter despair? We got to remember, as it's been hammered into our brains as members of the Naruto verse and the Naruto community, the Naruto Boruto community at large, that Code, before his limiters got taken off, was stronger than Jigen, but weaker than Ishiki when Ishiki was fully awakened. And that still remained true even though he was a lot stronger with his limiters off. When he got his limiters off, he was still considered weaker than Ishiki, but even stronger than he was when he was still considered stronger than Jigen prior to his limiters coming off. So he was just a much stronger version of himself. And at that point, Jigen is the parameter for the big dogs because he's the one who dog walked Naruto and Sasuke so badly that so, and that ass whooping was so important because it was very indicative of what the power scaling looked like going forward for all of our characters. Because again, we have to remember, at the end of Naruto and Sasuke were the strongest, and then they only got stronger as they got into adulthood, obviously. So when Jigen dog walked them the way he did, it shocked the world, sent ripples through the Naruto Boruto community. And of course, the power scalers, I'm sure they went nuts. I know they did. And then even people like me who just analyze it from the outside and just enjoy it for what it is can also, kind of take to heart the kind of gravity of what's going on with the situation with the power. So again, getting back to this point now, we're understanding the utter desperation in this situation. Sasuke doesn't have his Rinnegan, so he doesn't have the hacks to go along with it to maybe even the playing fields with Code. Now, styles make fights, just like in boxing, right? And I feel like while Code might have been stronger than Jigen, I really believe styles make fights. I don't think Code is... Well, I've been on record saying that Code really ain't that smart. Sasuke is a genius. So if he had the Rinnegan, in addition to all of his other abilities and whatever have you, I really truly believe that even though from a power scale wise, Code was stronger, unlimited Code was stronger than Sasuke, even with the Rinnegan or whatever have you, I still think Sasuke would find a way to get the advantage. But this is Sasuke without his Rinnegan. He just has an eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Whew. Code says, die. Boruto yells, master. Sasuke runs straight into the fray. Now, mind you, it's Code and all the clog rhymes. Sasuke the brave. And then we see panels of the moon, see panels of the sky. We see a clog rhymes arm, a clog rhymes tail. So Sasuke bodied them hoes straight up. But in the process, he got bit and then he got turned into a tree. Look at that frame. Damn, y'all. Damn. Boruto looking on, and then he gets a glimpse at the sword, takes the sword, and then he examines it, and then he says, I've got this, old man master. And then his hairdo went from being down to being up, semi-Super Saiyan style. But obviously, I think that's a little bit of a flash forward now to this panel right here. Now, let's before I move on to the panel, let's really talk about the stress Boruto has been under. Think about it. He's been on the run for all those years, for the first 2 years of the 3 that the time skip took place. And then his sensei, guys, I don't have to explain it. You guys know the feeling. We've all been heavily invested in this series. We know the stakes are as high as they have been in the series thus far. That's crazy for this kid to deal with. That's crazy. All right, so we're back looking at Konoha. Konohamaru this way. Konohamaru lands. Okay, so now it's the present. They're examining, is that Moegi? Moegi? Hey, are all of you okay? Konohamaru says. He looks at the tree. It's Moegi. So I know there was some speculation in the community about who the other Shinju was, and I call her court jester because she looks like a court jester, right? The court jester Shinju. And some people weren't really too confident in saying that it was Moegi, but I mean, it's pretty obvious. She used the Doton technique, the same one that she used to attack Amado, and she looks just like her, you know, but just with the court jester claw grime style hair or whatever. And it's Moegi. She was shielding a mom and a kid, they said. It says Shikadai. Konoha says Moegi. Now that's his homie, all right? They were a team. So yeah, Chocho says I ain't forgiving him. Neither Code nor Ten Tails. Inojin says like, duh, same here. Shikadai is thinking. Moegi isn't dead, you know. I swear we'll find a way to get her back together. Shikadai says, yes, sir. Look at that. Look at that parallel. So we have this panel here of Moegi and then Rinnegan Shinju Moegi. Just looking all extra serious with her court jester self. The Inushika Cho children and Sarutobi Konohamaru. I can sense their deep sadness and rage. Okay, another point that we have to highlight. So what, again, guys, remind you, I have not read this. I have not dug into the spoilers. I have no pretext for this chapter at all, aside from the first 4 chapters, okay? But just from that sentence right there, from the Shinju, from the Moegi Shinju, it's not that far-fetched for me to assume that because their counterparts are alive in the tree, that the Shinju counterparts can sense, clearly, they can sense, if not just the feelings, but maybe the chakra signatures, the chakra levels or whatever of the people who are nearby the tree. I mean, these trees are probably semi-sentient to some level or degree. So it's not that much of a stretch for them to be able to have some sort of sensory abilities of some sort, even if it isn't explicitly explained, but it's some sort of sensory ability that allows them to kind of survey what's going on in the immediate environment of the one who is captured and caught in the tree. And then they use that as a conduit of communication to kind of figure out where everything is or what these people are doing. Because look how accurate this Moegi Shinju clone was able to basically describe the situation with Inishika Cho there chilling and talking about the situation. And they were able to sense those feelings from them. Crazy. It's proof that your awareness is being stimulated. Ding, 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 ding. Like I said, we may be one unit biologically speaking, but Matsuri, those emotions. Oh, so that's her name. Matsuri. Matsuri. God, I'm butchering that. Sorry, guys. Those emotions you are feeling seem to be yours alone. So this is tying into the whole achieving full awareness, self-sufficiency, self-awareness and consciousness. Okay. She looks on at, this is the quote-unquote Ishiki Shinju. In short, while we are still a single existence known as the Divine Tree, we are experiencing an unprecedented state in which we each possess independent consciousness, like I just said, in my own way. There is no major change to our goal of devouring the Otsutsuki Boruto and Kawaki and evolving into our final form. Moreover, there is one thing I'd like to declare to you right now. Shinju Bug looks on. I don't even know why I feel this way myself. It's an instinctual desire. That's why it seems significant. I'm thinking of devouring Uzumaki Naruto? What? So, okay, before I go on, this is a good chapter. Before I go on, I wonder, are they gonna find a way? Do they have an alternate, like a back door into the Daikokuten or that dimension? If they do, that would make things really, really interesting. And that might give Boruto the opportunity that he needs to free his parents and save them. So in a sense, he could potentially, if the writing goes this way, and if I'm correct in the future, mark this down, but he could manipulate these Shinju after he gathers intel on them. If they're able to backdoor into the Daikokuten and then use Flying Raijin without having to suffer the time-stopping effects of it, if that's even a thing, if it even affects him because he's full of Tutsuki, maybe it won't. Then he can use their backdoor to save his parents under their nose, Flying Raijin them out of there, and then, whew. But the fact that they're thinking about devouring Naruto makes things very interesting. Again, this ties into my theory that I've been saying for the past few episodes, that this is Boruto's series, coming from a very loud Boruto detractor. But now I'm giving the man his respect. He's earned his rep. But I have not left the idea that Naruto and Sasuke are going to make a grand return. And even though they are not the main characters anymore, they're still the big dogs. They're still the most beloved characters in this entire franchise. And they're going to come back like the Hokage did in the 4th Great Ninja War. And they played a major support role. They weren't just fodder. They were a major support, okay? And they were making some significant gains, and they helped turn the tide of the war. You understand? Naruto and Sasuke are going to do the same. Mark my words. Let's read on. Ada's looking on. She says, what the? Seriously? Uzumaki Naruto? And then we pan back to Matsuri. Uzumaki Naruto? And then Shinju Bug asks why. He ain't no Tsutsuki, right? Correct. The Ishiki Shinju says, however, we are already a divine tree and are evolving differently than usual. Another key point you guys gotta pay attention to. Thus, it appears some change is happening to our instinctual drive as well. The Shinju Sasuke says nothing, but he's contemplating, he's pensive. Given to your instincts, bend your ear to your inner voice. Do so, and in due time, it should come to you, your personal target. Ada is surveying all this. Hey, big sis, what's the matter? Damon asks. Matsuri says, follow my instincts, eh? Well then, the first one that comes to mind is Sarutobi Konohamaru. I might want to eat him. Oh shit. Good choice, Matsuri. I can sense your individual identity. Jura. Ah, the Sasuke one does talk. So that's the name of the Ishiki Shinju. I have just one question. Exactly what are we? Existential crisis happening as we speak. Jura is thinking. A reasonable question, but ultimately it doesn't matter. It's like growing pains, which arise from the manifestation of your ego. Worrying about it is pointless. So Sasuke Shinju is thinking on that. He's marinating on that. What you ought to do is what's important. Your instinct will reveal that to you, who your target is. And that, Hidari, will lead to the formation of your identity. So Sasuke Shinju's name is Hidari. Hidari is thinking. Ada is surveying, looking at the bug there, the Shinju bug. The chakra of the people who were devoured and turned into trees by the claw grind created these guys. So this is exposition here. Shinju bug is chilling, and then he notices something. He gets up and he walks towards Ada's Senringan surveillance or whatever have you. And then he stands over her. Oh, shit. You're watching, aren't you, Ada? Ada is shocked. I've decided my target is you. Oh, shit. Oh, man, this is crazy. Ada drops her soda. She has people onlooking, falling into her charm. She's tripping. She's bugging out. Damon asks, hey, you okay? Everybody's looking on. They're still looking on. They're murmuring. And then she goes, ick. Jura says, the Senringan? Interesting. And then Hidori says, Uchiha Sarada. My target is Uchiha Sarada. Oh my. Yo, this is some vile shit, fam. Yo. Oh my God. That's so crazy. That is so crazy that's turning out that way. And Jura or Juri, I don't remember his name, says a good choice. Back at the Hokage's office, or back in Konoha, Shady Amado has made his return. And there he is with Sumire, and they're just sitting. And then he asks, what is it? And then she says, Boruto has returned 3 years after he fled the village. So it appears. I hear he protected Konoha from Code's surprise attack. Yes, but Konoha is still gunning for his life. He killed the village leader. It can't be helped. I don't believe him. I don't think he's affected by the Shinjutsu, but let's read on. The girl looks on. I added Akibi's data to Kawaki's reconstructed karma. All Kawaki has to do is implant karma into a new cloned body that I'll prepare. That should be enough to revive Akibi, his daughter. You're awfully nonchalant about this. Wouldn't it be problematic for you if Boruto were killed? You wanted him back for your daughter, right? Interesting. I sprung Boruto out of Kara's clutches, cautioned Koji's help to take down Ishiki. She looks on. After Ishiki's death, I embedded my daughter's data when I reconstituted Boruto's dispelled karma. Because karmic resurrection is the only way to restore a human soul exactly as it was, which is why I needed Boruto alive. That's what you're getting at, right, okay? I don't know how to pronounce that, guys. Correct me in the comment section. I'm butchering that shit. Sorry, Amado is pensive. In regards to Kawaki, who also has a karma, his body is a scientific ninja tool, and yet no one seems to know who modified him or when, despite him being the Hokage's son. I'm having a hard time believing him saying that and spewing that shit. I just don't think he's affected with the Shinjutsu as he's portraying himself to be. She looks on, but the truth is clear. I'm the one who made those modifications. All right, guys, so all right, let me double back. Is his logic conflicting with his intuition like Sasuke's was? I wonder. He's questioning something. What do you guys think? Let me know. She looks on. Why? She asked. How do you know such a thing? Because it couldn't be anyone else. Signs that prove it's my handiwork can be found all over him. It's a scientist's habit, just like an artist leaves their mark on a piece they create. All right, so what I'm getting here, real time, guys, remind you, this is my first time reading this chapter. So what I'm gathering here is maybe Amado really is affected by the Shinjutsu, but because he's a sharp motherfucker, he's looking at it just like Sasuke is and saying, something is totally amiss here. No one else could have done this work to Kawaki but me. No one else could have implanted the karma or revived the karma in Boruto or whatever he said. But me. That's my work. That's me. So what's up with this confusion? Kawaki is not, he's basically saying Kawaki is not Boruto and Boruto is not Kawaki. Boruto is Boruto, Kawaki is Kawaki. Something's amiss. That's what he's saying. Okay, she looks on. It's the same with his karma. I can instantly tell if it's reconstructed or not. For some reason, the special karma contained in Akibi's data is on Kawaki's palm. The girl looks on. These phenomena completely contradict my memory, as I just said. But in light of this physical evidence, I must conclude that at least part of my memory has been altered. Okay, so he definitely has been affected by the Shinjutsu. Or maybe he hasn't and he's just putting on an act. He's shady enough to do that, okay? But regardless, even if he's putting on this act, he's deliberately explaining that something is amiss. So either he's a great actor or he's at least smart enough to understand, even though being affected by the Shinjutsu, that something is not right. Then he says that's the only explanation. Not to mention that memories are no more than ambiguous figments of thought. As a scientist, there is no proof stronger than physical evidence. I don't know who did the tampering, but I can say this much. My only priority is the karma containing Akibi, and it isn't Boruto who possesses it. It's Kawaki. The girl looks on. Yeah, so they're getting, he knows he's being spied on. That's what I think, right? So this is Sai looking on with Root or the Anbu, whatever have you. Sai says, what do you think? He's speaking with Shikamaru telepathically about what they said. Kage Shikamaru was thinking. You're saying, okay, we're skipping to the next scene now. So you're saying that despite being affected by omnipotence, Mr. Amado is aware that his memory was rewritten based on physical evidence. As she's speaking to Sarada, there's a frame of the shattered photo of Naruto and his family. And then Sarada asks, how can that be? When everyone else still insists that Kawaki is Lord Seven's son, even when shown a family photo with Boruto in it. That's because they'll believe their memory over any physical evidence. I think most people aren't capable of doubting their own vivid memory. Yeah, normally, Sumire says in reply. But then Sarada remembers back to pleading with her father. And Sarada says, but my dad still. And then Boruto's there? Old man Sasuke, or rather Master Sasuke, believed in me. He did flying Raijin and popped up on him. While still doubting his own memory, he risked his life to save mine. Sarada turns around and she looks at him, and Boruto says, for you, Sarada, and she runs to him and hugs him. This is the moment that we needed. What did I say to you guys last episode? How important will it be? How cathartic, that was the key word. How cathartic will it be for Boruto to be able to have that moment with Sarada, to sit down and explain to her what happened those 3 years that he's been on the run? And then also he owes it to Sarada to explain what happened to her pop. The allies that he's sorely needed are right there. And look at, I'm good at this, man. I'm good at this. She runs and hugs him. Sumire is watching on. Boruto is shocked. Then his eyes drop a little bit. And then Sarada says, you're late, stupid Boruto. And then he hugs her. And then he says, I'm sorry. I'm home now. To be continued. Wow. Okay, guys. This was a really good episode. Not a lot of action per se. There's a lot of flashback, but it was a lot of necessary context that needed to be filled in to explain what happened in the 3 years. Now, I didn't dig into everything, but it went into some stuff. This is great. This is great work by the writers. This is coming from me, okay? It's coming from me. This is some good work. This is probably the best chapter because it fills in a lot of the blanks. And I know these blanks were left intentionally for us to keep us hooked, right? It's part of the writing. It's part of what makes stories compelling. So I'm very excited to see what happens in chapter 6. Guys, this video has gone on really long. This was my live reaction to Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 5. Make sure you tune into my afterthoughts. That's going to be episode 40. Man, thank you so much for tuning into my show. I pray that you guys continue to tune in, man. I'm thankful for everyone who subscribed and are tuning into my show and enjoying the content. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified for whenever I drop that new heat. You heard? Yes, sir. Till the next episode, I'm off.